Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Katya and I'm a Russian English speaking YouTuber. I live in a beautiful remote Russian town called Volgograd, but now I'm even farther. I'm in a remote Russian village near the Don River, and today I just want to show you this place. Not to show you, but to make you feel the atmosphere of a rural Russian village and to show you some interesting things here. I love such villages, I love the vibes of such villages, and maybe even one day I would dream to live in such a place. And if you want to have a look at it with me together today, let's go. We're with baby Grigory, as always, he's sleeping, and we're going to have an amazing walk. Doggies are barking, as always. These doggies are protecting their houses. I even saw a babushka who came out of that house. Traditionally, babushkas are the main citizens of such villages because there is absolutely nothing here. And the people who live here, they grow vegetables, they have their cows, hens, and so on. Because in this village there is no hospital, no school, no kindergarten, and even no shop. By the way, this very house reminds me of my grandparents' house. It looked just the same. Even these colors, yellow and light blue. And you can imagine that if you want to buy something here, you need to go to another village that is at about 5 kilometers from here. It is not so easy, especially when you are not so young and when you do not have a bicycle. The atmosphere in such villages is fantastic. It seems that the life is not so speedy here like in most towns, and it really isn't speedy, I think, even though the people who live here do even more than we do in our cities and towns. They wake up early, they have so much to do, they are constantly building something, doing something about the house, taking care of their animals, and so on. I love the cars in such villages, such lovely old Lada cars. The Don Street, it is the only one street here, the main street, and I think that maybe some other streets here do not even have names, like in many villages. The sounds of the birds, of the geese, and someone is cutting the grass in that yard. And of course, the songs of the local birds, and these are the geese. Do you see them? But I came here to film not the geese, but to film this beautiful blue tractor. Nowadays, such a blue tractor is the main character of the most popular Russian cartoons for babies, and my Grisha loves these cartoons very much. Just look at the geese on this old Lada car. There is a cow in that yard, and by the way, most people here, of course, have their own cows. Another old Lada, Niva Lada, and a motorcycle. My grandfather used to have such a motorcycle. Every time when I get to such villages, they remind me of my childhood, of my grandparents who grew and who lived in such a village, and about my great-grandparents who also lived in such a village. I feel the smell of cows here. I love the smell very much. And it's a bus station, I think the only one. I do not know how often a bus gets here and how often you can see anything here at all, because it is such a rural place, such a remote village. It is in more than 50 kilometers from the big settlement called Serafimovich that is famous for its monastery, and it's a very famous Cossack settlement, a big one. Roosters and hens on a walk. You can see that birds and animals, they walk here absolutely. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you running? well, they are walking here absolutely freely. They are not scared, and their owners are not scared of anything because everyone knows absolutely everyone here. It is a small village, and there is nothing to be scared of here. These beautiful decorations. Do you see them? There are a lot of such decorations in our hometown too, but here they look much more interesting. I have just seen a man behind me. He came out of his yard and with a mobile phone, and he was printing something. Even though it seems to me that it's really hard to catch some network here. My mobile phone doesn't work. I have no internet. I can't call anyone. Maybe when just I find some special places to do this, I can do it, but not everywhere. By the way, do you see this pipe? It is for gas. Everyone has gas here. Absolutely everyone. Everyone has electricity here and gas. Do you see those flags? The flag of Russia and the Kazakh's flag. And a bird between those flags. Very beautiful. As I already told you, it's a Kazakh settlement, a tiny Kazakh settlement in the Kazakhs region near the Don River. Everyone has a lot of doggies here to protect their households. Oh, do you see this? It is for internet, television, and so on. Even two such, we call them plates, but I'm sure that you call them in a different way, but still I do not know the name for such things. They catch mobile phone network and internet and television from the Sputnik somewhere above. They make such funny noises to make you scared of them. You can see the hill better from here. By the way, have you seen the sky? It looks absolutely fantastic. Just amazing, incredible. Such a beautiful place. There are always a lot of abandoned houses in such villages because when the owner of such a house just dies, there is no one else who needs this house, and it just gets abandoned because it is almost unreal to sell such a house. Nobody needs it, and there are no relatives of the person who used to live in such a house who want to live here. And this is one of these abandoned houses. And by the way, there is a lovely tiny countryside cemetery here right in front of that abandoned house. We call such cemeteries pagost. And this time I'm even going to come a little bit closer to show it to you. You can see that it's a very beautiful cemetery, and the people who live here and maybe the people who come here to their relatives, they take care of it. There are a lot of artificial flowers. Russians love such flowers. They love to bring them to the cemetery. I'm sure that the people who live here in this peaceful atmosphere of this settlement prefer to stay here in the same peaceful atmosphere forever. I can even see some children on bicycles. And I can hear a strange bird there making noise, singing songs. Maybe these children live here, or maybe they are just someone's grandchildren who came here for many holidays. It's so lovely. The boys were passing me by and they just told me hello. And people here are used to saying hello to absolutely everyone in the streets because they're sure that the people they see, they live here, they are their neighbors, and it's impolite to not to say hello to your neighbors. And your neighbors can tell your parents that you do not say hello to everyone around. So nice. Just have a look at this house and compare it to this house. This very house seems to be one of the most expensive here, the richest ones in this settlement. Just really look at this house, and there is even a sign that there are some cameras there watching watching us. An old Lada car, some tractors and an old BMW car. Very interesting. Such lovely children. That boy also told me hello. He was standing and watching me for some time. That boy was playing with his brothers. So nice. Such lovely children living in this, not a big house, but a lovely one also. It is not finished, I can see it, but I'm sure that their parents are trying hard to build it and to do everything that they can for their lovely children. By the way, people are always very friendly, polite and open-hearted in such villages. They're happy to see everyone and they can help you always. That's on street, house number 9. And we're approaching the end of the settlement. This road leads to another settlement. The houses here are more modern, I think, and they look almost the same. Maybe they were built together for some people living here, maybe for some workers of some farm or something like this, because it is sometimes done here. This is the house number 2, the Don Street, house number 2. The first one from this side, and the settlement ends. And this is the Don Street, house number 1, the first house of the settlement from this side. And it's actually not a house, it is some company, a car. The cars are the only ones that make noise here. Do you see, this is the gas pipe for the settlement, and it comes from somewhere there. There are some beautiful horses here. Do you see them? Even some baby horses with their mothers. So cute. And there are some, how are these animals called? Muttons or something like this. The end of the settlement. And I'm going to return back. Do you see the sign? The settlement Kuter Ribny. Even though it's such a rural village, everyone has television here, everyone has internet here, everyone has mobile phones, laptops, notebooks and so on. So these people can also watch YouTube, they can communicate with the whole world living here and staying here. It is very interesting actually. It is hard for me to catch my network because I came from the town and the locals know all the secrets, and moreover I've told you that they are trying to get all the networks with the help of the satellite of the Sputnik. People often think that living in such a place means living in poverty, drinking much and so on, but I can't agree with this. Because when I see such places, when I communicate with people living here, I realize that these people just have their different philosophy. And we should remember that not everyone dreams of making an amazing career, earning millions, gaining something, and so on. Some people have different dreams, and they want to be closer to the nature, they want to be closer to the earth, and they value different things. And people living here, they are really hardworking. I'm not sure that all the citizens, even not all, I'm not sure that even the half of the citizens of big towns and cities could do the same. But at the same time, living here means being absolutely free from everything. These people produce everything they need themselves. They do not need money, almost at all. They have everything that they want, and they do not need to hurry. They are their own bosses, and they are happy, I think. And I enjoy the atmosphere of such places. There are too many bugs here, as always. I enjoy the atmosphere of such places. I love such villages, and I love the vibes of the Russian village. And of course, I love to be close to the nature myself too. And I think that Many people could be happier here if only they were offered a house here and they could move from their towns and cities here with their families, and if they are hardworking and if they were offered a house here, they could live a happier life here with their families, growing their children and just enjoying their lives. And I was very happy to spend this day with you. Thank you very much for joining me during this walk. I hope to see you here back on our channel. Let's have more adventures together. And thank you one more time for watching my video. Have an amazing day and bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here.